Dispensary TV.
That's right, folks. We back with another fire episode live from the Hood Dispensary TV. I am Million Plus Leo King.
Hey, it's your boy OG2G.
And we want to thank y'all for tuning in. Where our motto is,
We got what you want, even when we don't. Hey, man. Legendary shit, man.
Yeah.
And speaking of legends, man, today's guest, you understand me, man? Listen, I've personally had the opportunity to see this man's growth, man, to be a hometown favorite, to be somebody that eat, sleep, and shit sports.
Yeah.
And now he's here with us as a Dallas Cowboys sports analyst.
Yeah.
Like my brother made the league. You know what I'm saying? He made
no doubt. He definitely got a job I wish I had. You know what I'm saying? I be giving
man.
Cameron Bates a run for their money right there. You know
Hey, listen, man, I definitely got to give props to any man that can live his dreams, bro.
Yeah.
And today's guest is none other than the legendary Hekma Harrison.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Leo
sir.
with the crowd noise.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No, I'm good, man.
Hey, what's good?
2G. 2G, when you called me, I had to come.
Hey, real spit. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I had to
man.
come. I had to come check y'all out, man. Hood Dispensary, man. It's a pleasure to be here.
Man,
Man,
that's
we
what's
so
up.
appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
For those
yeah.
that don't know, let them know where you're from.
Man, born and raised Oak Cliff, Texas, by way of South Dallas.
Yes, sir.
That's
You
my
know.
hood.
Just all Dallas, everything. A St. Paul, baby, all that.
Okay.
You know.
All right.
all that.
Yeah.
You
Too
know.
many St. Paul, baby. You know, y'all
Yeah,
bunch of
hey.
Parkland, baby. I'm a St. Paul, baby. You know what I'm saying?
That's something you saying something when you say that.
You know, 80s, baby. You know what I'm talking about? St. Paul, baby. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A lot of you Parkland babies now. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Just,
It's a difference, too.
No, man,
right.
Dallas born and raised, man, bred, Lincoln High School, man, everything, sports, it's like he said, man, living the dream. Got an opportunity to do what I do as a sports analyst. It's not even a job to me, man. It's there. I do it for free. I won't.
I'm glad that we got
but
an
I
opportunity
would.
to interview you, because one thing, like here on the show, I like to always reflect stuff back to the kids. So to give them an image of something else that they can do besides
That's right.
the norm of what we've been boxed into as black people. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
We got a drill ball, we got a rap, we got a kid, we got what's other stuff you can do.
That's
Nah,
right.
real
You know,
spit.
and living in this day and age with social media and the whole media and the tech stuff, but to actually be a sports analyst,
Mhm.
like growing up here in Dallas, I can't even remember too many black analysts to look up to, like
No,
Carice
really.
Hensley,
Yeah.
Sean Rab, like
Yeah,
so
Sean
many
Rab.
few, like we
It
don't
was.
really have a lot of images. So
Mhm.
what made you really just dive in? How did you get started in your journey on this?
Man, it was completely by default. It's something I would have never even imagined that I'd be doing this.
Divine intervention.
Yeah, I got my degree in human resources and accounting. I went to school to do that. I was on a whole nother trajectory, owning businesses, doing stuff like that. And just so happened, I was at a point in my life where something new happened with broadcasting and was able to start doing it. I started at a low level at high school and then moved my way up. Man, the rest is history.
Yeah.
The rest is history.
Okay, so let me ask you this, man. How were you able to make the connection and get put on with the Cowboys? I mean, because, you know, in Dallas, the Cowboys can't do no wrong. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's legendary. So the fact that you from Dallas
Yeah.
and you're working with the hottest team, arguably, in America for football.
The number one team.
Number one team in
The-
America.
You know,
Yeah,
the
real
number one
spill.
team. Man, I started, a guy named Chris Beam gave me an opportunity to work high school football. And so I took that little small thing and worked the hell out of it doing high school football. And then it moved up to doing like podcasts in high school at the Star. You know,
Okay.
that's how, and then, you know, if you're good enough, you make it their idea.
Yeah.
You know, basically, you know, I could do this, you know.
Yeah.
And one thing led to another, and right place, right time. That
The
is.
rest history.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah. No, it's been very fortunate. I've seen some really, really talented people not get that opportunity.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel blessed. I feel like when you grow up in Dallas and you get a chance to do something like this, dog, people understand, like you said, you know, being from Dallas, they can do no wrong.
Oh,
You know,
man,
so,
shit,
man, I
Dallas
love it. I
Cowboys,
love it.
man, it's like, that's a milestone. You know what I'm saying?
And speaking of being from Dallas, you went to high school in Lincoln High School. Arguably, one of the most
Lincoln
predominant South Dallas high schools.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the
And-
best high
and-
schools in
in
North
Texas.
Texas. Yeah, straight up.
How was that growing up and going to Lincoln?
Man, the funny story is that, like I said, I grew up in Oak Cliff. You know, when I came home, I was in Oak Cliff. I went to Oliver Wendell Holmes Middle School. And then my mom, when I was in the 8th grade, moved to South Dallas, Pennsylvania Metropolitan.
Yes, sir.
You know,
They're in the hood.
you know,
Right down the street.
in the hood.
Right down the street from us.
in the
you know what I'm
belly,
saying?
Yeah,
in the Phyllis Wheatley neighborhood.
Metropolitan and Myers, to be exact. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And that's where, you know, I had a choice. Either I was going to go to Madison or go to Lincoln. And I went to Lincoln because I got in the magnet program over there, the radio television program.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
Louis
yeah,
White, Miss Juanita Simmons, people like that, they poured into me. And really, that's kind of where I say like, oh, this thing happened because somebody gave me an opportunity. But the thing is that it felt like I was already on that path because I went to Lincoln High School and I was a part of the magnet. I was already prepared. Excuse me. I was already prepared for that once I got, you know, with the Cowboys.
And you was also my boy said he was in the sports too.
Yes.
Come on, man. But I'm talking top prospect, man.
Yeah.
So
Legendary, man.
Man, you
I'm
know
about
what?
to go suit up. I still got my helmet out there.
Man, I do not. I do not, man. I don't have time to be playing with nobody, man. My Medicaid, I'm trying to hold on to right now. No, man, it was, I tell anybody that'll listen, I am Reginald Sample's first Division I scholarship, period.
Man.
You know, the legendary head coach, the most winningest black head coach in Texas high school football.
Right out of Lincoln.
I'm his first Division I scholarship.
Man.
Out of all my brothers, and I mean, I got brothers, I got cats that played football for Reginald Samples that, you know, I followed their career. I seen what they've done in the pros because we all pretty much have played for the godfather of Texas high school football, Reginald Samples.
Yeah, Coach
you
Samples,
know,
man.
but yeah.
He was one of the ones, man.
Number one in that.
For those that don't know, to be a Division I prospect, what does that take?
The working.
Man, it really take it takes sacrifice. It take sacrifice. That's all. If we, you know, I dreamed about doing it, you know, at that level. It was one of those things that I wanted better than anything was to be a college athlete. I wouldn't even think about pros. College to me was like, if it happened, it happened. But if I can get out of here, if I can go get my degree, I knew I was going to be set, you know. But yeah, that's it, man. You got to sacrifice. I got a son right now who's 18 years old, about to be a senior in high school. And I tell him all the time, you know, you gotta sacrifice for what you want. You got to, you know, pour into yourself, prepare for success. You can't just talk about want, wish. You got to prepare for it, you know, and how you do that is you take care of your body, you train, you know, you pay attention to what's trending, where everybody going. Now it's the social media stuff. You know, people want to know you on social media. I talk to him about that all the time. When I was in school, wasn't no social media.
Not at all, you know what I'm
I think that's what, though, like, you know, taking it back 20, 30 years ago, college, I think that's what made college so special.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't no social media like that. So when you went to college and you performed, you was really the man. Even if you just made it to college out of the hood, it was something like you was somebody, you was the man.
I mean, college is a separate world. So that's world building skills that you building on campus, man.
And them college players were like rock stars then.
Mm-hmm.
Like really, like that's, you know, before the NIL, you know, allegedly there was a lot of money going, you know, players and, you know, tractors and houses being bought and so on. But you were labeled like a rock star.
Mm-hmm.
So how was that feeling coming from South Dallas?
That transition.
Becoming a Division I prospect going to college.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
name
how
the
was
college
that
right
feeling?
quick, though?
That I went to PR after that.
Okay. Now, what was your college that you went to first?
K-State.
K-State.
Yeah, I went to K-State,
Yeah,
Kansas
D1.
State.
Yeah. And
right
the boys is
outside.
known for playing that good, hard-hitting football.
Yeah.
K-State known for running that
Yeah.
ball
Yeah.
down somebody's throat, man. Like,
Man.
Yeah, it was, for me, it was just, that's a part of the thing that I also talk to my son about is the expectation of who you're going to be when you get to that next level.
Okay.
Are you going to be somebody that loses touch with who you are?
Mm-hmm.
Having a spiritual breakdown and but having a background in your life is going to ground you and make you not be influenced by things when you get to college.
Yeah.
And so for me, that's what my downfall was. When I got to college, not only was that self-sacrifice and all that stuff I did, when I got to school, because of that celebrity, that quote unquote celebrity, I lost it.
Man.
I lost it because I lost my mind. I lost my way. You know what I'm saying?
Was it the partying? Was it
Yeah. I partied.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie though. Back then,
I partied.
see, people gotta understand. For those that's watching, because we got a wide range of crowd, different ages. Back then, it wasn't no social media, so we couldn't see all the parties. We couldn't see all what. So to have you come back to the city and be able to tell us these stories of what was going on, I can just imagine how your friends, how your cousins, how you like. And I'm a star.
Yeah. Back then, the that's dangerous. And then you think about the NIL today, you got social media and you're giving these children millions of dollars.
Man.
It's like, thank the Lord they weren't doing that back then. Thank God they weren't giving me $500,000 in a car. And I would have definitely lost my mind. So, it's a ton of pressure being in that position. And you're right. It is like being a celebrity, but you gotta be focused. You gotta be focused.
Damn. So speaking of NIL, how do you feel about that change? Being that this generation actually gets to benefit from being a part of the collegiate level. How do you feel about that, man? Because that's a lot of money that people are getting now, where kids don't actually have to settle on going to the NFL. They can literally take the little money they get, put together a plan, get their degree, and have their startup money for a business or whatever.
It's even deeper than that.
Yeah.
You got some players getting paid so much off of NFL, off of NIL, that they're not worried about going pro now.
Right.
Like they getting multi-million-dollar checks.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No, I think the NIL was needed a long time ago. The way that the schools benefited off of the TV deals, the merchandise deals.
Man.
And it felt like, well, I'm giving you a degree. And it's like, well, wait a minute, dog. We made $30 million for this bowl game. And nobody got paid a dime. Where does money go? They had to do something. So I feel like the NIL, the profit sharing is just fair for the players.
Yeah.
The thing about it that I worry about, like everybody else worry about, is there's so much money. Or guys taking care of themselves, or they're taking care of their taxes, all of that. And you got these schools that have the infrastructure for these kids to take care of themselves. And that's amazing.
Yeah,
like you just said,
literacy.
Some of these guys ain't even worried about going to the league. If I make $4 million, if I make $4 million in college, you'll never hear from me again. I will be straight. I promise you, I will take care of every last dime. I'm gonna open a business. I'm gonna take care of my body. I'm gonna do all of the things that I need to do. Some of these guys are entering into life with a head start financially, and right. So you want to give them that for that sacrifice. When you hear these people, these $1 million athletes, whatever. These guys that go to Ohio State and Texas, this is football 24/7. They start at 6 o'clock in the morning all the way to 9 o'clock at night with football. So they deserve to get paid. And I'm glad they're getting broke off like that. So no, man, I love the NIL. Keep getting paid. Keep the transfer portal open.
Let me ask you this. From somebody that was, in college before the NIL, and I'm just going, one of my favorite movies was the Program. Y'all remember the Program?
Mm-hmm.
Man, that was one of my favorite
movie, man.
Man, was the boosters really giving players allegedly? Was players? Was it like that? Was the boosters coming through like, hey, you had a good game? Here's $500.
Yeah. I mean, Money came from strange places. Yeah.
That's guy.
But it definitely came.
Money came. I'll tell you like this. My first car ever was a Mercedes Benz. That was my first car. When I got,
flex.
you know, that's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I ain't started with, you know, my mama's Thunderbird. You know what I'm saying? I started with a Benz, you know, so yeah, it's a blessing. You know, you see the money exchange hands. And if you right there, like home games, we would get what a per diem, you know, you get a little money for it. It wasn't much, but you know, just around the city, you know, doing your thing. Yeah.
But definitely, if you're an upper echelon player, the benefits increase.
But imagine, I mean, think about what we're talking about, right? Because then a school could get the death penalty for paying guys. I can tell you, like, yes, my first car was a Benz, but in the summertime, dog, we ate tuna. we ate Roman noodles like it was brutal. All that. It was only during the season. You know what I'm saying? It didn't, things as the teams got better and things improved, but you know, we suffered. Guys that couldn't send money back home to their mama. It was, you know, we got enough money to party on.
Yeah.
Tight, you know.
Gotta make do, man. Gotta make it last.
$200-$300 ain't nothing. You know, you gonna burn that quick.
Man, let me ask you this. You definitely played with some talented people. I remember being a younger guy under you, watching some of the names that was on the team with you.
Yeah.
People getting those opportunities to go to college. Being somebody from Dallas, South Dallas, Oak Cliff, Texas, who you're familiar with your environment, right? So if you're coming from Oak Cliff and South Dallas, you automatically know what awaits you out there if you make the wrong decision.
Right.
What was it that kept you where you were able to stay focused on your path?
My mom. Huh? No, man. 'Cause I went to Lincoln. You know what I mean? It was like Carter Lincoln.
Let me show an example for those.
That too. Hey, that too.
That was crazy.
Absolutely. But I was in an environment where, you know, I was seeing when you grow up in Oak Cliff and South Dallas back in those days, you know, guys your own age was going to prison for a long time. You know, I always tell people, one of my best friends named Ellis Nicholson went to Lincoln High School with me, and they changed the laws, the mandatory minimum laws, when my homeboy Ellis Nicholson committed this crime, and they gave him mandatory time off a carjacking. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to explain, you know, what happened and all that, because whatever, it happened. You know, the next time I saw my brother, he was in a box. The next time I saw him, he was dead. You know, whatever happened to him in prison, you know. But my mama, man, mama was the reason why, you know, I knew I didn't want to disappoint her the way that I seen other brothers disappoint their mom. You know what I'm saying? I knew I didn't want to do that. I knew that it was just me and my sister, you know, that I had a responsibility to her and I had a responsibility to my mama. That's just how I took it, you know, and I seen dudes selling crack, being in gangs and doing all that, man, but it was like, I was football, you know what I'm saying? My thing was football, you know what I mean? I didn't, like, y'all go be in a gang, go sell crack, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bust y'all head when we get out, come out here on this football field, crack dealer, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bust your ass out here, you know? So it was just my tea.
Yeah.
And for those that don't know, back then, they think South Dallas is moving now. South Dallas back then was a total different animal back then.
Listen, man, people only came, if you didn't stay there, you
Cross the
only
bridge.
came there
Cross the bridge.
to spend some money, man.
Yeah, cross the bridge.
Hang out for a little bit, get fucked up, grab what you need to grab, and then go on back to wherever the fuck you came from.
And I just say that because the amount of focus that you had to have
for real,
to stay dedicated to what you was trying to do.
Yeah.
Like we got to salute that.
Hey, man, shout out Miss Pamela Harrison, man. You know what I'm saying? Strong woman, man. You know what I mean? Hey, straight up.
The OG. The OG.
The triple OG.
Yeah,
you know
for sure.
For sure.
So you get the K-State, you playing ball. Did you get a scholarship?
Yeah, scholarship.
You got a scholarship. You make the K-State, you playing ball. How was it when you just finally get the call? You away from the house, like, what was that moment when you was like, man, I'm here?
Man, I think, you know, I grew up wanting to play at Sprague Stadium. You know, you know, Sprague Stadium was the Mecca.
Yeah, that was
you know what I mean? Like,
it was the newest stadium.
I just want to get on the field, coach.
It didn't even, like, to me, growing up, you know, because I was such a high school, I loved, like, ever since when I was a little kid, like, all the guys that went to Carter, you know, all the guys that went to Roosevelt, I loved those guys. So those games at Roosevelt, I was there to see it. So being at Pleasant Grove Field or Carter Field, and, you know, everybody Lincoln, everybody show up. It's like, it's something, you know, it make you feel like something.
Yeah.
Dog, but when you see 50, 60,000 people in a stadium, that changed your whole perspective on crowds, you know.
Yeah.
I never seen anything like that until I got to K-State, you know, crowds that were just like, dog, it's 70,000 people in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you in Nebraska and it's like the whole crowd is red.
And the TV cameras on.
And lights. The lights bright.
Lights.
Hey, bright.
And that's the thing, man, that I always, again, I guess I'm reverting back to my son because I got an 18-year-old, he's about to be a senior in high school. And I keep telling him, like, man, you don't even understand. Like, when you get to that level, the kind of maturity that you got to have to be able to handle that.
That pressure.
You know, that pressure. And that's the one thing that I'm always forthcoming with anybody that, you know, how I was able to be a sports analyst and do what I'm doing now. But, man, based off of where I was and the mistakes that I made as a young man in football, I completely blew it because, you know, when I got to the point where I was right there, you know, and most of the time in life, you right there. Yeah. If you just stay down, you know, it'll all work out. But I wasn't patient enough. Yeah. I wasn't patient enough. And the thing is, for me, and I guess talking to y'all about this, is that, you know, I loved it. I loved it that much. And to have it come back to me, something that I love like that, it come back and I'm able to do what I'm doing right now. Yeah. You know what I mean, dog? It's you know, it's the greatest feeling in the world.
Yeah, it is.
I can imagine they were pouring like a motherfucker. For those that ain't been to Kansas, there's a certain type of thick down there.
Hey, the man just told you 70,000 people.
70,000.
And not just, hold on,
after victory.
Hold on, not just 70,000 people. We talk about 70,000 people that's there for football. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Imagine the mornings after a
energy, boy.
No,
that's crazy. So, man, listen, man, talk to us about the transition coming out of K-State. You didn't actually graduate from K-State. Mm-hmm. So, you know, once you seen that you kind of was fucking up, what happened from there?
Yeah, that's kind of it. My coach was the legendary Bill Snyder, was my coach at Kansas State. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So I have a whole bunch of rope with him. You know what I'm saying? He was one of them authoritarian kind of coaches. It was my way or the highway. So I saw the highway. After 2.5 years, we'll see, right? So after that, I came home. Back then, the NCAA had a rule where you had to sit out for a year. You know what I'm saying? And so what I did was I came to the University of North Texas. I got a scholarship to the University of North Texas in Denton. And so I redshirted. I sat out a year, you know what I'm saying, the whole nine. But like they say, everywhere you go, there you are. You know what I'm saying? My problems follow me to North Texas. You know what I'm saying? So at North Texas, crazy, wild, partying, doing the same thing. But I met a professor named Sil Flores. He was one of the history professors, international history professors, and he was telling me about a program in Puerto Rico. And so at the time, it was like, man, you know, I'm from Oak Cliff, South Dallas. That's always waiting for me. You know, I can go back and do that, or I can try something different. And I decided to go to Puerto Rico.
You mean? Hell yeah, sound me up there. Hey, you mean Puerto Rico? Shit, that sounds good right now.
Yeah, so that's what I did. I went to PR, and I went to school. I went to school over there for 3 years, or 2 years, 2 years, 9 months. And
I ain't gonna lie, we at the Hood Dispensary. We salute you going to school in the PR. How was it over there in Puerto Rico? We want to know. You was in Puerto Rico?
I was in PR.
Collegiate Puerto Rico.
Man, how was we? I'm talking about when you first got off the plane.
That was Puerto Rico. So, you know, one of the things about PR is it's hot. That's number one. Yeah. But bigger than all that, I didn't know Spanish. You got to understand.
Oh,
Puerto
yeah,
Rico.
you got to watch yourself.
Yeah, Puerto Rico is a Spanish-speaking island, so I couldn't, I didn't know any Spanish whatsoever. So it was a part of me just learning the culture. I had to learn the culture. I had to learn the people. I didn't hit the ground running at all. You know what I'm saying? It was a whole nother experience for me, but I loved it, man. I loved it. I have some great friends, some great people that I met in Puerto Rico. It was the experience of a lifetime.
Were they accepting of a black man over there? Like,
Man, I had my struggles.
Yeah.
I had my struggles. You know what I'm saying? I had to, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had my struggles. Yeah, I had my struggles. I mean, just keeping it real. I had my struggles, but the places that I gravitated to were places just like Oak Cliff and South Dallas. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I didn't go to the tourist spot. You know what I'm saying? I went to the Puerto Rican hood. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I was used to. But yeah, man, it was love.
Women, man, we really want to know. How was
Just a married man, brother.
Yeah, I'm married for 21 years, man. Married 21 in the game. Been holding this out.
Listen, man, man just told you Puerto Rico was fun.
Yeah, we're gonna edit that out. 2G. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, no, Puerto Rico was good. But then, I graduated. I graduated from PR and came back to the crib, and man, got a job just like everybody else. I was working in mortgage, making some money. And man, I lost my job just like everybody else did in 2008, I believe, when the economy went to the tank. And I started my own logistics company. I started a freight brokerage company, and things just took off from there.
So how did you, going through all this here, you lose one job, you're on to a different career. How did you just really get into the journalist side? How can I rephrase that, man? How did you the sports analyst? How did you become a sports analyst?
So the deal is that 2008, the economy went to the can, and then for the next probably 6-7 years, I was doing trucking and logistics and brokering. The economy took a nosedive again, and some other things happened. Man, my business partner died, had a massive heart attack, 38 years old, which was crazy. Some crazy stuff happened in the midst of me owning a logistics company. But then, I was trying to start another career, because I had to close the business. All that happened, and like I said, Chris Beam, my good friend, he actually works for the Dallas Cowboys. He's a cameraman for the Dallas Cowboys, and he was broadcasting high school games, and so I got hooked up with him, and I started doing Colleyville Heritage football games, high school games, and so I did that literally for free. Like, I was working at Liberty Mutual Insurance. I started selling insurance, and I was doing the high school games after work, every Friday for free. For $3.99, I was traveling to Alito. I would go into Fort Worth. I was doing all that. But, I just loved it. I was like, what I'm saying? The first time I put the headset on my ears and started, talking about and calling out plays. And I never forgot, man. I saw a dude, these two high school athletes. I think this kid Cam, but I know the receiver's name was Kevon Ahmad. But they did just like a simple out route, the first time I was calling the game. And it was like that love for football, just like
came right back.
It just wham, you know what I'm saying? I was like, it was like almost like a TV going from black and white to color. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, from that moment, those two young men, they may not even know, I don't even know where they are right now. And this was 10 years ago. They probably fathers and doing something else. But those two brought my love for sports and football back. Just seeing them compete and doing what they did. So that's how I literally got my start. And then from there, I did a thing called Friday Night Lights with Whataburger.
Yeah.
Friday Night Lights from the Star. And so I was doing a podcast, and it was every Friday for 3 hours. All we did was talk about high school football. And I did that for 2 years. And then the job with the Cowboys happened.
Man, I what's crazy? I remember seeing that too. It's funny, when you're locked up, you watch a lot of sports. You become just all type of sports analyst.
Talk about a segue.
You know what I'm saying? People locked up, but they because that's all they. Hey man, we sit there. We gonna watch sports.
Yeah.
All day long.
Yeah.
You got some people that sit there and watch sports all day long.
Well, I mean, when you're locked up, you really ain't got time to do too much.
You got nowhere to
Everyone's
go.
bookie.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, that's what happened.
going from the high school and then you working for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
How was that to be working for the home team?
Yeah,
No.
man, what's that?
You know how much we
transition?
love the Cowboys? We've been loving the Cowboys.
Come on, man.
If you in Dallas, it seems like you forced to love the Cowboys from birth.
Look,
Yeah.
man, you know how many people I done got into it with at work behind them Cowboys?
Man, the
man?
Cowboys.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, man, job in jeopardy.
Yeah.
How's it to work for America?
Man, it's another one of those blessings. It's another one of those things. I work with a guy by the name of Newish Scruggs,
Man, legend.
in Barry
Yes, sir.
Church. I work with some legendary
Hard
kids.
hidden Barry Church.
Yeah, Barry Church. And you know, man, working around people like that, it make you raise your game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you was on this level, but to be in the room with them, you got to actually bring your game up to here.
Yeah,
you know
to
what I'm
next
saying?
level.
And like every day I'm reminded. He Newish Scruggs will remind me how many, Emmys that he has. You know, he got Emmys from California all the way to New York. You know, this man been everywhere. And so when you get in that building at DallasCowboys.com, I work with a lot of legends. And so I've been, you didn't ask me, but after calling games with Chris, I started calling, bigger games. I started calling games with my broadcast partner, Kyle Yeomans. And he's a young guy, up and coming. Well, he's made it, basically.
Yeah.
But I work with some really talented people, man. I get an opportunity. I also work now with WFA with Mike Leslie, another very talented dude, know. And so, like I said, these are the kind of dudes that'll take your talent from where you're here, where you got to be there. You know what I'm saying? And so working with people like that is just a blessing, man. And working for the Cowboys and being in this arena and being able to be around legends every day, I don't take it for granted.
My blessing.
Man, I can imagine who you running into around just in the building, just
Everybody.
on a daily basis, man.
Man, let me ask you this. Just, not everybody gets that type of blessing, man, to where they're able to come back around in life and, make a living off doing something that they love to do.
Mm-hmm.
What's that feeling like? Can you explain that feeling for people who maybe have not had an opportunity yet in life to get to that point to where they can just be happy, doing what they do?
Yeah. I don't, a lot of times, man, when I talk to cats about their career trajectory, I always say, and it sounds cliche when you say, do what you love. If you do what you love, it don't never feel like work.
Yeah, real spirit.
And what's fortunately happened for me is I'm doing, like, I gave a classic example. I'm self-taught lacrosse. I've never played lacrosse a day in my life.
Yeah.
Okay. But I love the sport. If you want to hear a black dude call it a lacrosse game, I'll make you love lacrosse. You know what I'm saying? I will make
but
you.
I just don't know about participating.
No. Not the participation.
Sticks.
You might be done with the participation part, but I'm just saying, when you get an opportunity to learn a new sport, it's like learning another language. You know what I'm saying? For me, because I'm a jock. I'm a football player at heart. You know what I'm saying? I ain't hoop. I ain't do nothing. But I call NBA, G League basketball games. You know what I'm saying? And it's like having that love for people competing and being able to be descriptive.
Yeah, compared
of
to
that.
sports, guys, it don't matter the sport.
Yeah. It don't matter what sport it is.
Yeah.
Volleyball on down.
Straight like that. So, like, man, since you've been on this road with the Cowboys, man, just as a fan, because I know, I know your
As a
family,
fan.
your family got history though.
And as a fan.
Yeah, but as a fan, like, what is that like, man, to work for something that's just so big to the city?
Yeah, it's enormous. It's bigger than you. Because your uncles is Cowboy fans, and people granddaddies is Cowboy fan. Everybody a Cowboy fan.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So what's the number one question I get asked at a family reunion?
What is like
what them Cowboys gonna do?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What them Cowboys gonna do? What so and so gonna do? What Jerry doing? And the truth of the matter is, I try and report what I see. I try not to get caught up. You know what I'm saying? Because the people pay me for my opinion.
Yeah.
So I don't try to get lost in the sauce because you know, when the season end, dog, you be hurt just like everybody else be hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Hurt for real.
But then,
go ahead.
but then when the season get ready to start, you be
Right
crunk.
back there,
You right
That's
back.
the lure. That's the
front and
trap.
center, baby. Front and center.
And then what
You
it
right
get you
back.
is you'll see these athletes on these shows, and they'll be like, "You can start your career with any team." Like, who you? Oh, I want to play for the Dallas Cowboys. Like, well, if all y'all want to play for the Dallas Cowboys, why y'all ain't came?
That's right.
Come on now.
Yeah, make
Everybody
your
want to
way.
play for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, everybody do.
They do.
That's what they say.
No, for real.
Yeah.
But I
Dallas
want-
Cowboys are bust.
Yeah.
I wanted to know, you in the store, you walking around, like, how many of your stars have you met already?
Man,
I used to work out there at AT&T. I ran across a couple. I remember I met
Who'd you
Charles. I met Charles Haley. one
God
day.
bless your soul.
Hey man,
God
this
bless
man
you.
so goddamn big, 2G.
What'd he say to you? Just
Man,
what'd he say to you?
I was after I was a chef.
Mm,
And he came over there, man, you'll cook me a burger. What? I
mm.
said, hey, burger, man, stop playing. You know you need two of these goddamn things.
Yeah.
But he a
Man.
good dude. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We sat, talked, he took pictures with me, like,
Yeah.
man, but that man is big, man. I can imagine
Yeah.
him on the football field, man. Charles Haley is, man, built like Frankenstein, man. Man, big in the motherfucker.
Nah. Man, let me ask you this. Like when you working with some of the former Hall of Fame players who are now analysts, what is it? What are they energy like? Like for example, I definitely want to know what it's like to work behind the scenes being a sport analyst with a Michael Irvin.
Yeah, I mean, the playmaker, when people don't understand about the playmaker, man, the playmaker is a down-to-earth dude. You might think Michael Irvin, ESPN, the Great Sports Show, and all that. You might see 88, all that. Michael Irvin is from Oak Cliff. He from Compton. He from every hood you ever been. That's who he is, man. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up. And so sometimes you meet guys like that they larger than life when you a young cat, right?
Yeah, for real.
But then when you meet them, it's like, man, you just a straight up dude. Like one of the craziest things, and I don't tell a lot of people this, is one of the craziest things about being in the position that I'm in. I talk to Nate Newton every day. Big Nate.
Man, legendary.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about
That's what we kill folks.
Turducken. I'm talking about Turducken, John Madden, Nate Newton. And I'm telling you, like, to me as a kid, like growing up watching the Cowboys 93, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Nate Newton, Larry Allen, Eric Williams, like, dog, that's your Thanksgiving. That's, you know what I'm saying? The biggest games you could think of. That's the Super Bowl, the biggest. To have him now as a friend and a colleague is like, it's mind blowing.
Yeah.
It's mind blowing to talk football, bounce football ideas off for a guy like that.
Yeah.
You know,
I met Roger Staubach one time.
yeah,
Yeah.
the great.
Roger Staubach, cool.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a cool dude right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, he cool. Like you swear that man still like 33 years old or something, man. The man is cool, man.
Hey, man, he was always cool under pressure too.
Yeah, man.
Legendary,
I met a
man.
couple of them Cowboy players, but for real though, the number one question is, what is them Cowboys gonna do? Come on now.
While we at it,
Listen, again, I love Stephen A. Smith, but come on, man.
yeah,
We gotta shut them up. We
Yeah.
gotta shut them up.
Yeah.
Cowboys, what is y'all
Let's talk
gonna do?
Cowboys. Cowboy talk right now.
yeah.
What they gonna do this year?
Man, I tell you, man, for Cowboy fans, the person you hate the most is Stephen A. Smith during the
Man.
season. Because he's
Oh, man.
always there to greet you with some sarcasm and
Yeah.
make that loss feel worse than any
Oh,
other
yeah.
loss that you ever had.
Hey, man.
And that's the curse of being a Cowboy fan, that you got to deal with people like that. What you
Okay.
need to do is come to DallasCowboys.com and listen to the truth. And
Yeah.
then, you know what I'm saying, you'll be able to get your real news.
They
Okay.
really Cowboy fans.
Real Cowboy fans.
He really a Cowboy
He a
fan. When I
fan.
tell the Cowboy
Yeah.
haters, y'all more fans than we is.
Yeah.
Because y'all tune in to watch a team you don't like.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't-
crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
No, I
saying?
don't. I don't either.
I don't like the Eagles. I
I
ain't
don't
watching the
You love,
Eagles.
you love the Cowboys so much you tune in to watch them lose.
And that's,
For real.
hey man, that's the cold thing. You know, last year going 7-10, boy, that 7-10 made it feel like 70 and like we lost every game, you know.
Man, it was horrible.
But you know, this year, man, new year, you think Brian Schottenheimer, he can do something. You want him to anyway,
most
but it's the thing that you don't know what he's gonna do.
He's definitely an offensive-minded coach. One thing I like about him, he got a lot of plays where he's shifting the offense, people in motion, so keeping the defense not knowing what's going on, and don't nobody know what the Cowboys gonna bring to the table.
And it's not even that. I think Brian Schottenheimer. The thing that we know, everybody says is they don't know what he's gonna do. But when you think about coaches like Sean Payton, Jim Harbaugh, and coaches like that, you know what they're gonna do. You know what kind of offensive scheme they're gonna run. Even Kellen Moore, a new offensive coordinator in New Orleans. Everybody's excited about what he's going to do with the weapons.
Because he has the Cowboys looking good, scoring the most points.
Nah, for real.
In the league. Why do they do that? Why did they let Kellen Moore go?
Look, man, these are all good questions, but I can't give you a solid answer. All I can tell you is they didn't re-sign him. They allowed for Mike McCarthy to call the plays. But New Year, Brian Schottenheimer, like you said, people think about his offense and they think about the motion. They think about all the different things that he's going to bring to the table. But I'm going to tell you this, brother. Leo, the Philadelphia Eagles got a defense that won't quit.
Oh, yeah. I hate people even bring their name.
It
just make me.
Let me tell y'all something. I hate the Philadelphia Eagles.
Man,
there's not
Dallas
one
Cowboy
team.
fans hate the Philadelphia Eagles.
Hey, I have no ability to not be a hater. And I've tried. I've tried to be impartial. I've tried to have that integrity to give. No, I hate them. I don't like them. But I can tell you right now, dawg, they real good. They real good.
I'm going to tell you two words. Saquon.
Yes, sir.
Barkley.
Say, hey, amen to that.
Hey, listen, man.
And the church said, amen.
You got to stop him, Dallas.
Listen,
we got to face this man 2 times. I need the defense to show up. What about our DBs? What about Trayvon Diggs?
Man.
Yeah.
What about our DBs? What they looking
is
like?
He gonna be healthy this year?
Those are another good question. Voluntary stuff. Trayvon Diggs was in and out, but they signed him to a team-friendly deal. Let's just keep it real. Yeah. And I tell everybody, I'm like, the Cowboys really got a good deal for Trayvon now when he got paid.
Yeah.
Also, Trayvon showed his ass when he got his money, but how he performed. Guys get paid because they did something, not they're about to do something, And he got paid. The injury, man, it hurt him. Yeah. It's that I tell people, man, you can't fault a dude for wrecking his ACL.
Yeah.
He wrecked his ACL. He's got to recover from that. He's trying to force his way back onto the field. And unfortunately, he ain't been healthy enough to play. And so I'm not one of those people, man, that's going to dog a guy when he's trying to come back from a major injury. I want him to get healthy. I want him to be able to continue his career, whether it's in Dallas or somewhere else, because he's talented.
Yeah.
All that sound good, but he's not the only problem. What about Deron Bland?
Look.
Everybody falling off and getting hurt back there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That secondary is shaky.
Even the kid they drafted, what's his name? Siobhan Rebel?
Yeah.
Well, he coming in injured. Dallas, what is our secondary looking like?
So you got a guy in Deron Bland that set an NFL record with returns for touchdowns. That's special. What Deron Bland did 2 years ago is worth paying him for. Deron Bland is one of the top 10 DBs in the league. Make no mistake about it. Everybody saw it.
Yeah.
But he's coming back from a foot injury. So last year he missed damn near all of the season with fracturing his foot and then came back and had to work back from injury. Again, another guy. I can't be down on Deron Bland until I see him back healthy and ready to do his thing. So, man, look, we got a young group of guys, man. Wanye Thomas, I would tell you, watch out for him. You got some young guys that's going to be playing that I think that's been on the roster for a while that you're going to be shocked. Like, damn. This guy, Marquise Bell, and guys like that.
Oh, yeah, Bell was good last year.
Guys that have been on a team that's been itching for an opportunity but didn't get an opportunity to play last season. But I'm excited about it. I mean, it's a young group of guys. You still got your safeties. You still got Malik Hooker. You still got Dono. So I mean, you still got some guys that's solid that's been on that defense, but
what they missing though is the departure of the DB coach. What's his name?
Yeah, well, look, man, when you lose
we done lost some coach, man. I think that's really gonna hurt them this year. The loss, he's the one that developed that talent.
Yeah.
Trayvon Diggs, Deron Blair, every cornerback that we done had since the man been here done flourished.
I always tell people, Will McClay is really the brain trust behind what you see for the Cowboys. We'll give coaches credit, but I'm telling you, when you see these young guys coming in like a Deron Bland, that's Will McClay getting this dude in the late round.
Yeah.
Out of San Jose State or wherever they saw him at.
Man, we definitely gonna be looking out for them Cowboys, though. We love them Cowboys.
Oh, yeah.
I just need them to understand. I wish I could go in there to the locker room and just talk to them like how they got what's old boy out there in Philly?
Gilly.
Wallow, yeah, how they got Gilly going over the Philly. I need to go with the Cowboys and let them know. Look, when y'all on that field, y'all need to know. It's people in jail fighting over y'all when y'all lose.
Yeah.
When y'all lose, people is fighting.
Leo, that line's so long. People that want, that's a long line, dog. I'm telling you, everybody want to be able to do that because you think you can say something to this team that can get through to them. Like, I've been a part of this like last year, 2 years ago, when we played Green Bay at home. Man, I swore to God that we was about to wreck shop. Like, we won every home game. We had won like 10 in a row. Yeah. Something crazy. And then we let a young Green Bay team come in here and beat us. Dog. I mean, I have been a part of some bad Cowboy losses. And, boy, it just hurt.
Ones that hurt right there.
No, I was going to say, that was one of the victory games we went to.
Yeah.
You don't remember? Being 2G, we was at the Cowboys. Yeah.
That hurt,
way
boy.
at the top.
That hurt, boy. Yeah. That's a long walk.
That was a hard game.
When I say way at the top, I mean we was way at the top.
Listen.
One thing I'm going to say is Jerry got seats for every price.
Hey, listen, you ain't got to share the world. We couldn't afford no good tickets at the time.
What we got a good ticket, we were so happy to beat us a Cowboy game. We had, looked at them seats, boy. I'm talking about we was way up there.
Man, you know how many people I talk to that have never been to a Cowboy game?
Oh, no.
You know how many people, I'm telling you, growing up, like for me, that's all you wanted to do was go to Texas Stadium. Go to Texas Stadium. And we used to sell programs out of Texas Stadium when I was in elementary school.
This back when it was in Irving, Texas.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. This was the real Texas Stadium, man.
The original.
Yeah. And man, that was a dream. Hell, that was a dream just selling programs out there.
Nah, for real.
But yeah, man, the Cowboys, man, I will tell you, George Pickens, getting George Pickens was one of the biggest pickups for me. And Jerry Jones said to everybody, I'm gonna bring in a weapon that's gonna help us this year. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, and that's what I felt about bringing in George Pickens.
Okay, well, let me ask you this: right now, scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel about the draft for this year?
Yeah, I thought the draft was solid. Like I said, Will McClay for me has been a guy that has been instrumental in getting some of those great draft picks that you've seen in the late rounds.
Can we address the elephant in the room?
What's the elephant?
What is Dak Prescott gonna do this year?
Oh, shit,
let's really get into it. The Cowboys go as far as Dak Prescott leads them.
Yeah.
As a Cowboy fan, I have to say that
our team
will go as far.
I appreciate you stepping up and answering that question.
As Dak Prescott will lead them.
Man.
What is Dak Prescott going to give us this year?
No, I realized the other day that Dak has been our quarterback for 10 years, dog.
For 10 years.
Can you believe that? I can't even believe that. I'm like, man, Dak been the quarterback for the Cowboys for 10 years.
And you've been the highest paid quarterback in the league twice.
Look, man, just because I'm talking to Hood Dispensary TV, man, this is the year. This is it. This is it for Dak. Like, it's put up or shut up. Dog, I am a Dak defender. I will defend Dak. I have argued Dak to Hall of Famers.
I was just telling you, Mississippi State.
Yeah.
Dak, we love you. But
I will argue.
The highest paid quarterback in the league. The Cowboys have signed you twice to be the highest paid quarterback.
Yeah.
What do we get, and when do we get it?
I think last year, I'm telling you, the Cowboys had no help at receiver. You had CD,
a lot of drop balls,
and you didn't have nobody.
A lot of drop balls.
And shout out to Turpin, man. I see that guy going out there being one of the smallest on the, and he give it everything that he can, but you're not a number 2 receiver.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
So when you get, that's why I say for Dak, you got to think about like his good years are the years when he had, multiple receivers to throw to, or at least a tight end, or at least
a running back that can catch.
I was going to say, for me, it was him and Zeke.
Right.
Yeah.
So a running back. You see what, man, look, you said 2 words, Saquon Barkley. What has Saquon Barkley done for Jalen Hurts?
Everybody.
You know what I'm saying? Jalen Hurts was a Super Bowl MVP. What does having Saquon Barkley in your offense do for your offense? You know what I'm saying? So
taking that load.
When I look at Dak, all I can say is you got to give him a running game, but you also got to give him a left tackle that ain't gonna get his head knocked off.
Yeah,
Dak take too many. He takes too much punishment. Yeah. He taking too many shots. The older you get, and you see a quarterback take punishment, they get gun shy. Yeah. They get gun shy because they don't want to get hit in the back of the head.
Yeah, they don't want to get injured again.
No, and he has had some horrific injuries.
Yeah.
So I think Dak with George Pickens is gonna have a hell of a year.
Yeah.
I just remember that game when the Cowboys played the Falcons. And they just had that record amount of sacks on them.
Oh, no, that was crazy. Man.
They just towed Dak ass up like
that
8-9 seconds.
Hey, the frustration in his face was...
And that's a lot. That's a lot to deal with.
That was a forgettable performance, but I've seen other forgettable performances. You got guys like Stephen A. Smith that's always hardest on Dak because of how he performs in the big moments. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to be on your ass because when it's nut cutting time, we don't see that killer in you. Now, you look around the league, you look at a guy like Patrick Mahomes, that's all you know him for.
Yeah.
Is killing people, putting them to sleep.
That light bright motherfucker be getting on my nerves.
He'll killer though.
East Texas motherfucker, that cold boy.
He'll killer.
He cool, easy under pressure.
And what's crazy about him when you watch him play, he like one of them players. He's not moving fast, but he's just graceful with it.
Yeah.
You know, like
great player.
That's crazy.
Hall of Famer, great player, and that's what I do, man. Like I have a love for great players, and as much as I love the Cowboys, man, and I've already told you I hate the Eagles, so anybody that's great on their team, I really can't help myself. But when it comes down to great players in the league, I can tell you like a Jay Jettas, Jamar Chase, seeing young guys like that, Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson, I'm like, man, when I see guys like that, I'm like, oh man, look at, I appreciate the great players, just like I appreciated Michael Irvin. I appreciated Chris Carter, Randy Moss, guys like that, because you only see players come through the league and play like that once every now and then. Yeah. You get a player like that. And you just pray, like I know for me, for Dak, I pray that he gets an opportunity to be at his best on the biggest stage. Because if you know what happened if you don't win a Super Bowl, if you don't ever go to a championship game, it's always, oh, you was good or you won this many games.
Tony Romo effect.
But
I didn't know what was on my mind.
Same thing.
Speaking of, go ahead.
No, I just want to ask about Jerry Jones, bro. You know what I'm saying? Being a Dallas fan, what is it like to be in his presence, man? That energy, bro. Because, on the outside looking in, everybody blames somebody. And, Jerry catch a lot of the flack, man. What is it like, man, to be in that presence?
This is an unpopular opinion, but I tell people that Jerry Jones is probably one of the brightest minds to ever be a part of the National Football League. If it was not for Jerry Jones and what he bought to the NFL owners wouldn't make the kind of money that they make right now. Yeah. If you look at Jerry Jones as far as a businessman is concerned, if you've ever read Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, Jerry Jones, Jerry Jones is Ford. He is JP Morgan Chase. He's the guys that have made money for their families for generations.
Yeah.
And like people talk about that
Forever.
shit. People talk generational wealth, you know. But now, dog, like this man got Billy's with the B, and don't nobody even talk about really how much money he got.
Yeah.
I'm talking about oil and gas companies.
Yeah.
I'm talking about real estate development
That
companies.
portfolio is diverse.
Dog, it's stupid.
Yeah.
There was no Frisco. Frisco was there, but
No.
trust me, this
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
man, come
Listen,
on, Frisco would not even be what
They
it
made
is.
Frisco.
Valley Ranch. Who
So-
the hell was going to Valley Ranch?
So I'm saying, you know, a lot of people talk about Jerry Jones, and I get it. I know from Cowboy fans, they get frustrated.
Yeah,
You know, because they think, oh, well, he just sabotaging the team, and why don't you sell it in this? And they don't pay attention. Like for me, just as an entrepreneur, I'm just telling you, as a businessman, an entrepreneur, I look at Jerry Jones and I look at how old he is and how sharp he still is and how much business he still runs and how much stuff he's still developing. This dude is developing, got projects going on he won't even be alive for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? He won't even see it come to fruition because he ain't gonna live that long. And I mean, I just think that's the genius in who he is. But I don't also think that Cowboy fans don't understand how hard it is to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It ain't easy, dog. It's a lot of stuff got to go with that in order for you to win a Super Bowl. And you know, unfortunately, man, it's been one for 30 years, bro.
30 years, man.
For
Wow.
30 years.
30 long
for
years.
30
Oh, my
long
goodness.
years, we haven't scratched the surface. But listen, man, I done talked all that, and I understand people ain't with that. They're like, man, bump Jerry. You know, he need to. But that's his team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't come in your house and tell you to sell your house.
And we
Yeah.
love Jerry. The hood love Jerry.
Yeah.
You know,
The hood
come on,
love
man.
Jerry
He's
just but they
Jerry
love the
certified.
Cowboy. Yeah,
Yeah.
Jerry certified. The hood love Jerry.
Jerry's a G.
Yeah, he's certified, man.
Speaking
Straight
of
like that.
not winning, not going to the championship, not all this, we ain't been in 30 years. But I want to ask, who is, in y'all opinion, the better quarterback for the Cowboys?
Oh,
The career of Dak Prescott or the career of Tony Romo?
wow.
I mean, in all honesty, bro, they're almost the same right now.
I don't know, man. Tony put up some big games.
Listen, man.
Tony
Yeah.
Romo put up some
To-
big games.
To me, Tony was the better player.
Yeah.
But again, their progress is almost the same.
Yeah.
They got more money than him.
It
But
is the
that
same.
progress
Yeah.
is about the same.
And I don't have the numbers in front of me, and so I don't know this to be sure. But I would almost say that Tony Romo has better numbers than Dak right now. But Dak is on him. You know, it ain't.
Yeah.
It'll probably be this year. Dak will catch Tony. You know, so you won't have that to hold over his head on who's the best quarterback. Man, that's so hard. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why that's so hard is that Tony Romo, damn near his career is the same way. Had those great seasons, but then when he got to the playoffs,
man. I still remember that missing the field goal.
That's all we can do. Is just,
ain't that something?
Oh,
ain't that something? It's
man,
like
that
that's
was a thrill.
like it's like how
that hurt.
that can't be a coincidence. That can't be. And I've had that as a sports analyst. I just haven't been able to, I guess, put that into perspective to say, because I get asked that quite a bit. The Tony Romo, Dak Prescott,
comparison.
the comparison, to
Yeah.
put them two, and I'm like, damn, it's crazy that these two dudes are damn near had the same career.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Tony, and the only reason I can kind of judge them both is because of Dez Bryant. And I
Yeah.
just look at the way Tony used Dez and the way Dak used him when he had him. Dak was trying to find a way and kind of force stuff in there. Tony knew how to put the ball
Yeah.
exactly where Dez and
Yeah.
only Dez could get it. Dez became that red zone threat,
Yeah. No, he did.
high pitch catch
Yeah.
threat.
Yeah, he did.
No one can mess with that.
No.
You know what I also say about Tony Romo, and people don't ever talk about this? Man, Tony Romo had Terrell Owens. Prime. He had prime T.O.
Prime
you know?
time T.O., baby.
Prime
For real.
T.O., man.
Yeah.
I'm
And-
my quarterback. Don't talk about my
Boy,
quarterback.
say, man, we had that. I'm talking about, man, those are some, boy, the receiving core that we had then, but, you know, man, it don't matter because they didn't win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't win. They always came up against a team
Came
that
up
was better.
so.
You know, whether it be the New York Giants or whoever, whether it be the Green Bay Packers,
Except for that no catch.
but it didn't count.
They fucked us.
They did, but I mean,
I got you.
It is what it
it's
is.
neither here nor there.
It can't. That's where that apply. It's really neither nor there, bro. You can't say nothing about that.
Will CeeDee Lamb be the next great Cowboys wide receiver?
Man,
We haven't really had that one since Michael, but
Cool.
shout out to T.O. T.O. came, T.O.
Yeah.
T.O. put up
T.O.
numbers. I think a
Cool.
lot of people slept on T.O. T.O.
Yeah.
put up numbers. I think
Right.
T.O. is
Hall of Famer.
one of the best physical athletes that
Yeah.
I've ever seen.
No, CeeDee Lamb. For me, what I love so much about CeeDee Lamb is he's done nothing but gotten better every year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you see a young kid, when a player comes into the league and he takes advantage of his opportunities, and you see him just progressively get better. Like last year and the year before that, man, it was like his coming out party was incredible. Like it don't matter, and teams didn't, because then Mike McCarthy, and that's the thing for Schottenheimer, because you have to figure out, are you going to line him up in the slot, or are you going to line him up on the outside? You got another weapon in George Pickens. And that's the flexibility and versatility that a guy like CeeDee Lamb gives you. I can play him anywhere. And he's turned himself into a weapon. You know, they paid him like one of the prime players in the league. Yeah. And, I think Jerry Jones put his money where his mouth was when it came down to CeeDee.
Before we get up out of here, man, I have to ask you, man, about this experience that not a lot of people get, man. When you're doing what you love, you've been playing football your whole life, and now your son, Hekma Harrison II, man, is showing that same potential to follow that path. Tell us about that experience, bro. How is that feeling?
Yeah, man, as a father, it's one of those things, man, where you want your children to be happy with what they're doing. I never pushed him into playing football. I always told him, man, you can do whatever you want to do. I just wanted him to be a part of a team sport and learn what it's like to be a teammate, and that's the whole thing, man. It really makes sports worthwhile, and that's the lesson that I got. And I wanted him to be a part of that, man. And right now, he is a senior at Saxe High School, and he's got a tremendous opportunity to put himself in college, to go to college, be a Power 5 player. And it don't matter where he goes with the transfer portal, he'll get an opportunity if he wants to. If he's good enough, he can transfer and go play for another school. Yeah. But he loves it. He loves it, man. He sacrificed, put his time in and training and all of that. And I get time. The great thing about my career is that in the summertime, that's when all the sports and stuff die down. So I get a chance to reset, I get a chance to, drive him to sports camps and, to college camps and do stuff like that. So we've had an opportunity to do that. I love it, man. I love my little man, and he ain't little, he's 6'2", 175 pounds. And so, and he can run, and man, I think the young man is, and I'm not just saying this because it's my son. I'm telling you, as an athlete, I believe that he's a special athlete. And this senior year, he's going to get an opportunity to showcase his abilities, man. He can run. He's physical. He's got great hands. And, like I say, man, I always tell him, I said, boy, you can catch a BB in the dark. That'll put you on the map. And so, this is an opportunity for him. And he always asks me, like, Dad, what was it like when you got your offers and you got this? And I always tell him, man, like living in South Dallas, and coming from where we came from, it was tremendous, man, because you get a chance to live your dream. And I think for any parent, that's all you want, man. You want for your children to live their dreams and do what they desire to do, man. And yeah, man, it's awesome. It's awesome to have this opportunity. Last year, I'll tell you, I got an opportunity on Channel 8, WFAA, Friday Night Football, to call my son's game.
Ah, that's dope.
And boy, I prayed all the way. I'm telling you, when I tell you I prayed all week, Lord, please don't let me act a fool. If you do something, don't let me, get fired, because I'm act a fool. I am. And I may get an opportunity to do it this year. So those are like magical moments like that, man, where you get a chance to do what you do and then cross it over into calling your son's game.
Yeah.
Dog. Go, boy.
You know what I'm saying? But I got somebody else child is out there, so I got to be respectful to them too. Man, that's just when it's all said and done. No matter what happens, I'll be able to look back as a dad and say, man, I called your games. Professionally, they paid me to come and call your game.
That's awesome,
yeah, that's that. Man, ain't nobody but God. Yeah. Ain't nobody but God. But let me say this, man, before y'all let me go, man. I respect what y'all doing, man. I know this thing gonna be big. I know it.
appreciate that.
The subscription's going up already. And it's going up already. Man, y'all stay down with what y'all doing, man. I'm an older fella now. I can't do what y'all do. But man, y'all sure got it smelling good in here.
We sure Dispensary.
Y'all got it smelling good in here.
Before we let you go, we know you big into the high school football.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna throw a couple names out here.
Okay.
Patrick
Trivia.
Mahomes,
Okay.
Vince Young, Johnny Manziel. Ooh, Johnny Manziel.
Okay.
Kyler Murray. Man,
Okay.
who was the best high school football player?
Man, I wish I could take this and drop this mic. Kyler Murray. Hands down. Kyler Murray. Nobody had the effect. I don't care who saw him play at Allen High School. Nobody played like Kyler Murray.
Man.
Period. Like, he was phenomenal. I never seen no dude play like that before. Yeah, but he's the best. Out of all of those guys you just mentioned, yeah, Kyler Murray.
I'm talking about if your team had to play his team in high school. You was like,
You
man,
didn't
when y'all
sleep.
do something, man, like hit him.
Yeah.
People was actually cheering, man. Hit him.
Yeah, no, you couldn't stop him.
Texas
this
has
guy was
definitely
there.
had some balling high school
Oh, yeah.
ballers, boy.
And that's crazy. You know, the crazy thing about Kyler Murray was he was even better as a baseball player. Like, they don't even talk about Kyler Murray in baseball. Kyler Murray was sick as a baseball player.
Man.
And he got paid as a football player, but I'm telling you, he would have got paid.
I think he still had a pro contract waiting on him too for baseball.
Yeah, I don't know. You
think we ever gonna see another a Deion or Bo Jackson baseball football combo?
You know, man, if you do, he gonna be special.
Yeah.
He gonna be special, just like Bo Jackson.
I don't think they're gonna recruit.
Yeah, that's special.
Ain't gonna be no.
I don't know if they build him like that no more. I don't know. I don't know.
No other Bo, man.
Yeah, man. But I appreciate y'all, man.
Man, we appreciate you
this is
stopping by the
100,
dispensary, man.
Most definitely.
Make sure you tap in, and before you get out of here, don't let 2G lie. He got snacks and candy and chips.
No, he good.
Hey, man, tell the folks where they can find you at, man.
Man, Hekma _Harrison on Twitter. Hekma88 on Instagram, man. All of that, man. Man, it's gonna be Cowboys 25-8 coming here in a couple weeks. Going to camp, and high school football gonna get started. I'll be calling basketball games, NBA, G League games for the Texas Legends.
That's what's up.
And lacrosse. And all of it. I'll be on the mic, bro. I'll be on the mic. Just know, man, the truth is in the booth is my motto. I always tell people, if you ping me from any 250-mile radius, when it comes down to broadcasting, ain't nobody better.
Man, straight like that.
Yeah, we definitely going to have you back, man.
Yeah, most definitely.
Get you back.
Yes,
2G, Waffle House on you tonight, huh?
Hey, man, look here, man. Hood Dispensary TV. Our motto is we got what you want, even when we don't.
There you go.